Grant, John O'Connor, Richmond Times-Dispatch. Thank you for coming. Spiders seemed in pretty good shape there, up 9 with maybe 10 minutes left. Recollection, what went downhill after then?
Not sure. We just didn't defend well enough from the beginning today. That's what it came down to during that stretch as well. Not good enough on defense.
And the problems associated with that, their shooting obviously was good from outside, but they also got you inside.
Yeah. Just not good enough on defense from the start. They made shots at will, ran plays, got looks, inside, outside, top to bottom. We weren't good enough on defense.
Grant, obviously, not the result you guys expected, and AP polls came out yesterday. You guys just missed the top 25, and we're hoping to be in that. What is the attitude and the mindset going forward? You have 8 days off here, just as you head into A10 play.
Our mindset is that we've been pretty bad here. Not good enough. Haven't put a full game together, and we're still 6-2. 6-2 isn't what we wanted to be. It's not what we were expecting to be. We were expecting better than that, but we haven't played well, and we're still 6-2. So we're going to go home. We're going to regroup. We're going to spend some time with our families. Regardless of basketball, there's a lot of things to be thankful for. Our health, our family's health, everything like that. And we're going to come back ready to go. And we're going to start out and try and get a win in conference play, go 1-0 and go from there.
Hey, Grant. So obviously early on in the first half, the Hofstra zone defense was seemingly giving y'all some fits. What was the message at halftime as the start of the second half was much better? Y'all were getting better looks. What was kind of the message that Mooney gave at the half?
Be aggressive. I don't know. We knew that they were going to play zone for 40 minutes. That's what they've done in all of their games up to this point. We struggled with it a little bit at the beginning, like you said, but I mean, we got a bunch of 2-point baskets, didn't make as many threes as we wanted. But yeah, it came down to the defensive end today. So,
guys, let's do one more for Grant. We got Chris waiting. Anything else for Grant?
Hey, Grant, some teams are allowed to go home for Christmas. Some teams are not allowed to go home for Christmas. I wonder what your reaction as a team is to be able to leave campus and go home for Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, outside of basketball, there's a lot of things to be thankful for, and the fact that we're going to get, time to spend with our families and everybody's healthy. That's something to be thankful for, and we're certainly looking forward to. And, hopefully everybody stays safe and does what they're supposed to at home, and we come back and everybody tests negative and we go from there.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll have Chris right away.
Hey guys, disappointed. Thought Hofstra played really, really well. We are looking forward to our break here and then starting conference play.
The defensive issues, in your view, were what? What allowed Hofstra to score so regularly?
Yeah, probably a few things, John. I thought, I thought at times we had pretty good ball pressure. And we have some advantages in terms of just quickness and being able to bother the ball or bother the passer. But I thought when they went to score, we're probably not quite close enough, not contesting the shot quite closely enough. I think we just need to be more aggressive. This is West Virginia shot the ball from 3 better than they usually do. Hofstra shot the ball from 3 better than they usually do. Loyola in the second half shot the ball great from 3. And we need to defend the 3-point line better. And it takes everybody. It takes the big guy because he's the one hedging. It takes the guards to fight. It takes the next guy to both plug a gap and also return to his guy if he's a shooter. So it takes a little bit of everybody and just probably that much more effort to be more effective.
Coach, this is now, the third straight game where an opponent has hit more than double the amount of 3-pointers in the second half as they did in the first half. What changes do you think you guys need to make, defensively in these second halves and stopping these late runs?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a strange statistic. So I'm not exactly sure. Again, being closer and more into the ball, having better hedges, defending the screens better, all of the fundamentals. Loyola, a team that shoots threes a ton off of plays, thought made good adjustments and got those threes. Today, I think these guys play with such a very carefree style and make a lot of their threes off the dribble, or a lot of the threes they're comfortable shooting a contested three. So just aggressiveness is what I would say would be the most important thing, and not settling for contesting the three, but making the guy, so uncomfortable he doesn't take it, or or making it so that it's too difficult to make.
Chris, you guys usually shoot really well at home, and you did for periods this afternoon, but there were times when the offense, just the shots weren't falling. Do you think at all that defense affected offense today in any way?
Yeah, somewhat. I think it probably always does. In every game, I think there's it's the same guys playing. And so, we didn't shoot as well. I thought we kept our turnovers low. We scored in the paint, which is something that we always really emphasize, or 2-point baskets against zones that we don't want to just be too reliant on the 3-point shot. But we didn't shoot well enough from three. Now I shouldn't say that. We didn't defend the 3-point line well enough. And we also didn't shoot well. So I think probably it has a little bit of an effect. But the bigger effect is your passing and movement and things like that. I thought that was pretty good. We were able to get some good looks, good possessions. And then you just need to knock down the shot at the end.
Hey, Chris, can you kind of walk us through the explanation at the end of the game there where Francis went down, they allowed play to continue? What was kind of the conversation with the official after that one?
Conversation was I don't know the rules, so it would be hard for me to speak on when a player or two players are down on the floor. They reviewed it to see if there was a flagrant foul, but I didn't think there was a flagrant foul, but I don't know the rule of just letting the game play on. So that would be something I'd have to check on if that is the rule. I genuinely don't know, but it certainly gave an advantage, to the team with the ball.
Hey, Chris,
Coach, do you feel any?
6-2. How do you feel about 6-2 heading into Christmas there?
Yeah, well, I'd feel a lot better 7-1. I thought, obviously, it's hard when you play a tough schedule. More and more things are difficult. I'd like to get more guys in the game. I want to play the freshmen more. I want to give them opportunities. When you're playing against really good teams who are competitive, who are physical, who are talented, who are good, it's harder to do those things. So, I think that I will say this: playing 8 games, I feel pretty good about. I know that's more than a fair amount of schools out there, I think we can get better. I think all of us feel like in a locker room, we're doing some things well, and we have good players, and we've won most of our games. But I think we all feel like we can get better.
Coach, does this outcome change your stance or maybe sense of urgency to add possibly a 9th non-conference game somewhere within the A10 slate, or is it still just if it fits, it fits, but otherwise you feel comfortable?
Yeah, you know what? No, I think we're actively, regardless of the outcome of this game, we'd be actively trying to get another game. But we do have to make it fit. You're playing 2 and sometimes 3 days a week. So you have to be able to make it work. But as we've seen, there have been so many late postponements or cancellations that you never know. So I think, yeah, we'll be ready, and if we can find a date, we'll certainly be willing to play another non-conference game since we have the one available.
Guys, anything else for Coach?
Could you speak to Andre Ware's situation and his absence and what goes on now with Richmond and Andre Weir?
Yeah, so Andre has decided to go home and to leave the team. I think that I think he should stay, and I think that these decisions sometimes probably lend it a little bit more time to think about. But he's made his decision. We're going to try to help him, John, in terms of figuring out a new place to go to school. Help him and his mom, and we certainly wish him the best. For us, I don't think it changes much, at the moment or for this year's team.
Thank you.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.